actually copy the address and send it to me.
Well, just twitch.tv/Camilla_art_247 is all I've got in my search bar.
That's it.
Is Leo 2007 1008 one of yours?
Is what?
There's somebody that's watching us I'm wondering if they're one of your friends.
Not that one.
Oh, cool. Maybe we just have a visitor. Hello. Oh, okay. Well, welcome anyway. Cool. So we are going to get started here today. We're going to be doodling some kind of emoji style versions of some of the characters from my brother's story that he's been writing. They're probably the Griffin, and he's got a Kitsune and a soldier and a bunch of other characters. What? Huh?
The evil Kitsune.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I haven't gotten that far in your story yet. Sorry, bud.
Mike is really low volume, he says.
Oh.
Might need to boost that.
Sorry, I haven't done this in a really long time, so I apologize for that. This is only like my second time doing this, so I'm still kind of figuring it out. Is that any better? I think I fixed it. I don't know for sure. Anyways. All right. Okay, we've got a new layer going here, and I'm going to pick just kind of a sketch pencil color, so I'm going to go with kind of a red. And I'm going to get started here. Hey. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. Move the screen, silly. There we go.
According to that, it's much better mic volume. So
okay.
That's good.
Thank you. I'm glad that you can hear it now. Wow, this is like really delayed. I wonder why. It's probably because I'm not using my external hard drive. Oh well. Eye looks funny. I'm going to change that. Ah, why are we moving? Sorry, I guess I'm still kind of getting used to the idea of talking while I draw. I had one teacher that actually discouraged it. He liked the classes to be silent while we were working, because he says that talking distracted your brain, so that all of that energy that wasn't being used for drawing was being used for chatting, and therefore all of your energy was not being directed towards your project. So
does that mean I would be smarter if I talked less?
realizing this angle's not quite right here. Oh, that's why he looks so funny. I gave him a really wide, funny jaw.
I ended up deciding that Aller was based on an osprey, because ospreys have a special personality.
He's kind of helping me, Dad. Okay, now we've got kind of something of a rough sketch there. It's not great, but it is what it is. We're going to try a little bit of inking over the top of this. So, oh, that's why he looks funny. He doesn't have any ears. Griffins need ears. I think, anyway. I think they're much cuter with some little fluffy ears. We'll get to that in a second. This is a character named Aller, and he's kind of sarcastic and kind of a troublemaker. So he's frequently denying things that he has done. And as such, this is his, like, it wasn't me face. Because, you know, it was never him, really, he says. So as you can see, the underline there that I drew, that's just kind of to hold the places of things. It's not necessarily what the finished drawing is going to end up looking like. I'm deviating a lot here, which is fine. Well, that doesn't look right. Oh, darn it, I'm on the same layer. Maybe I should change that. There you go. Except I'm still going to end up... Oh, well. Still is what it is. What are you doing? No, I want that gone. That's a ridiculous looking eye. I'm on the wrong layer. That beak is wrong too. Sorry. It's been a little while since I've drawn a bird. Crimey River. What's going on here? Okay. By the way, if you guys are talking, I don't think my brother's watching chat anymore. So, sorry, I can't. Maybe I'll have to switch back and forth and kind of just keep you guys involved here because he's no longer in the room. Thanks for your help. All right. Okay, let's see. We're going to get his little mischievous little smile here because he's a troublemaker. Not always the brightest bulb on the tree either, but that's part of the reason we like him. Give him a little tongue. Not sure I'm a fan of that particular expression. We're going to try that again. But I do like his beak now, so that's good. Scratching of my pen's probably driving you all crazy. Sorry about that.
Pen's not very loud, they say.
Okay. Well. There we go. That's a better expression. It's not perfect still, but... Yeah, I gotta give him his fluffy eyebrows, because he does have very fluffy eyebrows. Get the rest of his face down here. Here we go, there's his cute ears. Are you trying to slow motion eat your apple so they can't hear it? I just hear this. It's like the longest apple bite ever. Well, now they know you're eating an apple because I just announced it. That was funny, though. That eye on his far side of his face looks really weird, and I don't know what I did. But, yeah, that's just bugging out or something. We're going to try to move that. It looks a little better. If they're saying anything...
Someone's suggesting that the eye is bulging out too much.
Which one?
Left eye.
Was that before or after I fixed it?
Well, ask them.
Do you think it's still bugging out too much? I don't know.
It was bulging out too much before.
Oh, okay. So I did fix it? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I agree with you. It did look funny.
I'm going to take the Be Creative here.
Here we go. That's a little bit better. Color in his mouth so we can tell where that is. There's actually a part in the book that I'm kind of looking forward to drawing if we ever did a graphic novel version, and that's the part where Aller leaves for a minute and then his crazy friend comes in and kicks the soldier out of his cave, and Aller comes back and the other griffin tackles him, which I think is pretty funny. It's like he's got no cranium under these feathers. Where is his brain?
I'm sure that people frequently ask that.
Probably Panlong asks that a lot. Maybe it'll look... In my defense, it's been a little while since I've drawn this guy, so... Yeah. No. No, that's way too much. I guess I should have done some warm-up sketches or something.
This could be a warm-up.
Okay, we'll say this is my warm-up. I guess I've just kind of never drawn his face from this angle before, because the eye still looks weird. Maybe I'm going to try something here.
So yeah, in case you guys missed that, we're going to call that a warm-up sketch.
It's been a little while since I've drawn a not human character, so I'm kind of just re-warming into this because I haven't done it for a while. So actually, Aller is one of the few non-human characters that I ever draw, and kind of had this whole technique for it a while ago, but it's been a little while since I've drawn him. So hopefully you don't all think it looks horrendous. I apologize if that's the case. He's looking a little bit better, I guess. Ah! Oh, they're talking about your story. I'm like, what symbolism? I'm just drawing a griffin. All right. This is maybe his, like, yeah, you think face. Wow, you're really smart. Not really. Put some little fuzzies on his ears. Doop, 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 doop. So, if you guys are fans of my brother's book, I'm curious, who is your favorite character? Those are kind of his wings. Oh dear. Where did that line start? Here it is. This is very quick doodling, guys. Don't judge me. I'm just trying to do a little quick sketch here. Okay, well.
Says, that's a good question. I think it changes depending on the situations they're in.
Oh, well, yes, that is very true, because some of them are freaking hilarious in certain situations. I would agree with that.
At some point, I want to write just a couple of scenes of Aller versus modern technology. Like him getting startled by a sink or an automatic door, or, you know.
That would be funny.
It's been a while since I read from the start, but Grail is a fun protagonist to be behind. And I'm glad, and this is Regolith, by the way, I'm glad that people enjoy him, given that when I first came up with him, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing, and it was literally the second time I had written a story. So the fact that he's a protagonist that has managed to we've been able to stick with since then, my goodness, I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, he's been fun. I need to reread this story. It's been a little while. We were actually kind of reading it one night when the power went out. I was trying to work on a cosplay, and the power went out, so I didn't have any lights, nothing to listen to. So Jacob pulled out his phone and started reading me his story. Am I supposed to use your real name?
Just say that.
I don't know. Anywho, okay, that's probably good for a first little reintroductory sketch on how to draw him. And we'll try for a facial expression here. What kind of a facial expression should I draw, guys? That's this kind of like, nice to meet you face. What kind of facial expression should we draw now? I'm going to actually put it on the correct layer this time.
The hungry face. Okay.
Hungry?
If for expressions, give an example emoji in the chat so that you can see it right there, and then who it. Like, can you post a hungry face emoji in there?
Somebody posted a link to something. He says this one. You gonna be Christmas decorating during my stream? Aw, that's flattering that I'm what you're listening to.
Okay, so that is a swell expression. And what character will be making this highly intelligent expression? I'm imagining that this would be Aller if he encountered a large amount of fish and he couldn't get at it. Granted, there's not much that he can't get at because he's like 4 foot at the shoulder. He's quite a large animal. In Griffin terms. So I think that it's kind of nature's way of compensating because he doesn't exactly have the most brilliant mind at times. Thankfully.
That's an intelligent face. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about him. He kind of reminds me of a podling.
Oh, you've been reading that as a lar? Well, it's either, you can do it either way. Honestly, the thing about, it's not like I have some kind of a big canon thing that there's somebody's going to jump on you if you mispronounce a name or something. This is not Lord of the Rings. I also note that the website that's under is apparently Disability in Business. That image comes from. So.
You know what this looks like? This looks like one of those podlings after they've had the essence sucked out of them in the.
Oh dear! Oh dear!
It's just like, zombie face.
Elar, huh? That's interesting. I hadn't heard of Elar. But, you know, knowing him, he would say something along the lines of, he doesn't care what you call him as long as you don't call him late for dinner. That would make him mad.
Okay, that's quite a face. There we go. There's a desperately hungry face. Somebody's eating a sandwich and he's not getting any, and he really wants it. You know, it looks like our dog on Thanksgiving.
If he was smaller, then he would totally be underneath a table looking for scraps. Actually, he would probably be underneath the table looking for scraps anyway and causing absolute chaos in the process.
I actually have a really funny video of our dog on Thanksgiving where my brother was carving the turkey and she was just sitting underneath the cutting board drooling. It was hilarious. Okay, that's way too big. We're going to make that brush a little smaller. He does. He looks like one of those zombie podlings on the Dark Crystal. Have you guys seen that? That's one of my favorite movies. I don't know about anybody else, but I think it's cool. This is like, maybe he's just been like traveling and he's like, you have food. Oh.
Yeah, that sounds about
right. Imagining like Pan Long sitting there eating like some kind of a steak or something and not sharing it.
Pan Long is a very polite character, almost frustratingly so. So he would totally share the steak. And I would almost put him in the category of those kind of characters that are so polite that they're frustrating. You know, he's like, say, Alfred the Butler from DC Comics. Maybe not quite so much, but I think that's a good way of describing it. The pinprick pupils. He's looking pretty good. Actually, he looks like he's like on crack and really needing another.
He needs another dose.
Yeah.
Oh, just kind of going a little bit nuts.
What have they done to you? He's become a fish addict. No, but seriously, I've decided that Aller is most like a local bird called an osprey. And they have hair or head feathers that are pretty much identical to what we're seeing here. And they also look like they are getting off of a really high binge or whatever.
I love how I go on to another detail and don't finish drawing his eyes.
Kind of like flow organically from one to another.
Yep. And then I look back and go, oh, I didn't finish that. Oops.
Well, as long as everything gets done in the end. Hopefully everybody can hear. Like, if both of us are audible, make sure you let us know in the chat, because, yeah, we need to...
We're kind of having a conversation here, so if you guys can't hear it and you're just like, what are they even talking about, then, you know, just let us know.
If you can only hear one side of that, that's going to be just kind of...
Oh, I know what I'm going to do. We're going to make his tongue stick out like...
Oh, yeah, the tongue. That'll work.
Gotta have it, you know.
This is less of a hungry face and more of a power derp, but, you know, either one works. Either one works. Mm-hmm. And it says loud and clear, so that's good. That's good. That's an intelligent.
That's a lot of drool.
That's an intelligent-looking creature.
All right.
Dignified, yes indeed. The noble griffin. This kind of explains why Panlong thinks that Aller needs help all the time. If I saw this guy, I would also be thinking that, yeah, this guy needs help. Aller's like the college student of the cast, if you think about it.
This is probably the derpiest expression I've ever drawn on anything.
Well, then we're making good progress, because emotes are all about extremes.
The ear is connecting to his head in a weird way.
I do really like how you've done the ears there, because since griffins don't have lips, the ears are like the center of their expressions.
They're totally different shapes, though. This one over here is way fatter than the other one. So.
It's a birth defect. Don't... No. Yeah, that's probably worth fixing.
That's a little bit better. Yeah, very, very dignified. He's... Yeah.
Honestly, he's kind of looking concussed.
Somebody whacked him over the top of the head.
Yeah, given the fact that when we last saw him in the last section that I wrote, and yeah, I'm sorry that I haven't gotten one out more recently, but yeah, he had been smacked in the head, and when we catch up with him, he's going to be being seen to by some doctors from Scale Dynamics, and they don't know what to do with him, and he doesn't know what to do with them, and it's going to be a big mess. Given that he already was in the roof of a hangar like a treed cat. Yeah, honestly, that was one of my favorite scenes in recent story updates. Just the image of Frank desperately trying to get Aller down from the rafters without damaging him.
I'm actually curious. Are you picturing him more feline or more like canine?
He's kind of both. He just does whatever. He has whatever attributes fit best for the scene, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes, obviously, he has wings, so he finds refuge in high altitude, including inside buildings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as mannerisms, when he's around other creatures, he does have a lot more canine to him, and that he's very physically, direct, that kind of thing.
That face! Oh my gosh!
Hopefully the insider knowledge is worth tuning into the stream, because, you know, this is the kind of thing that I have only ever described in writing, in the countless amounts of just notes and other stuff that I have taken down. And then when it's actually time to write, frequently I just like completely abandon those notes because I forget I have them, and I just do it off the top of my head. So I'm very well organized until it's time to actually use that. Yeah.
Well, you and a lot of other artists and writers.
Does writing count as art? I don't know.
I don't see why it wouldn't. It's just not. I mean, it's just a different kind of art. It's art that you're creating in somebody else's mind through words. You're just not.
Honestly, that's my favorite part of writing, because it's like it's painting a picture, except the reader does all the hard work for me. So I don't need to be like, you know,
Wow.
I don't. If I just hint at descriptions, then the reader does the rest for me, and it's my favorite part. My favorite part about that. Writing is visual art via telepathy via paper. Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm literally controlling your minds by writing. Mwahaha. And yes, he just changed over his username. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. That's dignity at all times.
It's like a singing in the rain. Dignity, always dignity.
Yeah,
and then
Aller would
starts
trip.
to talk.
And then Aller would trip into a pothole or something, and face plant into a mud puddle.
You know, Aller's kind of the Lena the Lamont of this story, really.
Oh, that's too far. He's like Cosmo at worst.
Well,
that's a
Cosmo.
Singing in the Rain reference, by the way, guys. It's yeah.
Sorry, we like old movies at our house. If you haven't seen Singing in the Rain, go watch it. It's good.
Yeah. It's an old, who was that? Cary Grant? Was it Cary
Gene
Grant?
Kelly.
Gene Kelly. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. They were both black-haired, good-looking guys. And
They
so
were.
it's kind of like...
Gene Kelly was famous for dancing. Cary Grant was in a bunch of Hitchcock movies. And
Okay, so if nobody really has a favorite character, how about favorite character moments? Because it seems like the moments are what everybody enjoys, more than just individual characters.
I like when Grail accidentally sets off the Phoenix and blows up the secret library. Headquarters of the library of that one place he's supposed to be sneaking around.
Yeah, the thing is that
totally
it wasn't actually Grail's. It wasn't actually Grail's fault. It was just that he was busy doing what he was supposed to be there for, and then everything was suddenly on fire. So it's not entirely Grail's fault, but it's pretty much.
He got a little too normal looking there. We're going to make those a little smaller.
Yeah. Now he looks like a zombie.
Oh. Braids.
Worse, fish. Oh, dear. This guy.
I thought there's no shadow in his eyes either, so he looks extra creepy. There we go. That's a little bit better.
Yeah, honestly, one thing that I have kind of started taking fiendish delight in during the course of writing this story is always ending on a cliffhanger of some sort. Most recently, I really like the moments where Grail takes Aller out of his element into a more or less human-like world, and we get to see more of who Aller is instead of just what he is. That does make sense, because
I'm assuming you're reading that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at what he's looking at.
Yeah.
So.
That certainly makes sense because when Aller's just out in the woods or whatever, especially in the first couple of chapters, he's a griffin, and that's pretty much all you know about him. But when you take him out of his element, the best way to develop a character is to take them out of their comfort zone. It's to, I think it was Neil Gaiman who said this, it's to create a character who is very well equipped and very capable in a given situation, and then you take them out of that situation and put them in one where they are poorly equipped. And
like when they ditch the dad on Incredibles with babysitting duty, and he doesn't know how to deal with all of the
or like
homework and everything else.
Or in The Mandalorian, how he has to end up doing something similar, taking care of Baby Yoda, and The Mandalorian is very good at being a bounty hunter, but suddenly it's no longer about being a bounty hunter. And I'm reading this again. And the whole long sequence with Tomomi up against the Kumiho really shows how capable and resilient she is even at a young age. I don't think that Camilla's gotten to read that part with the Kumiho.
How come you get to say my real name?
Yeah, sorry. Well, it's in your username, so it's well. I really had a lot of fun with writing the Kumiho because, in a lot of ways, the Kumiho is the Korean version. Yeah, you did out my real name. Yeah. I'm going to have to wipe your minds, guys, so that you don't know my real name. It's only like one of the most common names in North America, after all. You know. Like, at my work, there's 3 guys with my first name. So, yeah, it's totally going to give me away.
Yeah, that totally gives you away.
Yeah. Anyway, the Kumiho is the Korean version of the Kitsune. And
anybody else noticing that his head doesn't continue beyond this point? There's a curve here, and then it's just gone. Okay, we're going to fix that.
It was a slight dimple. But those 2 creatures are functionally identical. They're both mythological foxes. Both have power that's kind of displayed in their number of tails. Except one of them is generally good, or generally just a trickster, which is it inconveniences people but doesn't injure them. And then we have the Kumiho, which is one that will trick you and then kill you and eat your liver.
Mm.
So, yeah. So it just got me thinking, this could basically be the exact same species, the exact same creature, but what could change a Kumiho, or rather change a Kitsune, into a Kumiho?
Is it Kitsune, or is it
Kitsune? I've always said it Kitsune, but I don't know. Maybe that's not right. But
again, does anybody know how do you say that word? Because I honestly don't.
No
I always just said Kitsune, but
I don't know if that's right as well. But anyway, in the story, I was just interested by the idea of what kind of personal events occurred that could have changed a trickster-ish but otherwise good character into one that would kill and brutally maim.
Okay, we're missing the drool now and all of the shading. Let's see if we can put that back in there. And then we'll call this one done. We can go to another one.
Yeah, we'll call this one done. But in the middle section, in Scorching Earth, I had a really interesting time because there are elements of the events in the theater and the events that occur for Frank and Tomomi and everyone. What's going on in that theater is actually based on a very classic Japanese theater. It's called No Theater, N-O-H. And masks are a big part of it, and most of the elements, including some elements that are not immediately obvious, are all based on No Theater, and I had a lot of fun.
That one just kind of looks
referencing
like seaweed or something he's got in his mouth.
Yeah.
That one just looks weird.
But being able to reference that kind of classical stuff made it just feel kind of more meaningful to me, because it's a tribute to an art form and a storyline that is literally hundreds of years old. And since it kind of reminds me of just how Star Wars is not original, but it is well done. Like the entire the tropes of Star Wars are all familiar, but that's actually a good thing.
Kind of the hero with 1,000 faces idea.
Exactly, John Campbell. Mm-hmm. And it was the Kumiho and her story.
Okay, there we go. There's his hungry face.
Yeah, it looks like we're buffering here.
Oh. Sorry, I zoomed out.
Yeah.
Just a second.
Hopefully
there we go.
Yeah, hopefully the audio is still good. But
straighten
it was kind of my chance to have a try at the whole John Campbell Hero with 1,000 Faces thing. And so even though the Kumiho is the villain, yeah, even though the Kumiho is the villain, she still had a chance for redemption in the end because, and this is kind of a spoiler for my sister. I apologize for that, but the Kumiho recognized that even though she could have lived a lot longer, she no longer wanted to because the only way that she was surviving was by killing innocent people, and and so she did the only thing that she could think of, and that was give her power to Tomomi.
None of that makes sense to me, so I'll just have to get there when I get there.
You'll get there when we get there. That thumping was our canine who wants to play fetch. Let's see, we got, it's kind of funny how through all of grade school and high school English, they're always going on about how the authors intentionally integrate all this allegory and reference and whatnot because you have to enrich things. It's really just done because it's so much more fun that way. Yes, exactly. I believe it was Mark Twain who said that anybody who seeks to find a deeper meaning in this text will be shot. Pretty much that in this story. I'm not trying to make some kind of a deep, meaningful story. I'm just having more fun writing it so that it has references and such. Okay, so we're on to our next emote here. So we're going to need the character and we're going to need the expression. So somebody just go ahead and punch that up. Might be Aller, might be somebody else. I'm looking forward to seeing what character we end up with. What the heck is that? Is that No Face? It's
Maybe.
No Face with a long, angry Frank. That's just Frank.
You know, funny thing, I haven't actually drawn Frank yet.
You did once.
I did once, and he looked like a dork.
Yeah.
Okay.
well, yes, but still. Okay, so yeah, that could be kind of interesting. Just coming up, drawing Frank for the first time.
Yeah, that would be like a very first time thing. I could show you a picture of what it looked like.
Wait,
but it looked
here's a good question: is it Frank as a human or Frank in his Cerberus form?
Oh, he's a Cerberus too?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, you knew that.
Sorry, I was thinking the other director guy. What's his name? The one with the dragon for a wife.
Ray.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, are we drawing him in the Cerberus? Because that would be fun, or are we drawing him in human form?
I'm hoping Cerberus.
Because I have drawn him a couple times.
Wait, you've drawn him in Cerberus form?
No. I've drawn him as a person form, but I think that might have been before I got to
the Cerberus. Okay, I'm thinking Cerberus because that's more interesting there.
Well, he's going to be like 3 different emojis all in one.
That's true. Kind of want to see what his face looks like as a human. I do know that we have that picture. We do have a sketch of that from before. Maybe my sister can do a sketch of him as a human a little later. But going on to Frank as a Cerberus, I knew I wanted a fairly unique character because
I think he's more fun as a Cerberus personally, just because of the multi-personality thing going on.
Yeah, and that's been a really interesting thing. When I first came up with the concept for Frank, I knew I just wanted a very stern character. And I also knew that I wanted somebody who could exist in both the kind of the professional world, the professional/military world of scale dynamics, as well as existing in the very unusual world of, these fantastical creatures who are just wandering around throughout this story. And as a result, I kind of just decided on a Cerberus because I thought Cerberus guarded things, guarded the gates of Hades, so we'll just use a Cerberus. And not to mention, it was not a very frequently used creature, especially not for someone just turning into one, like, how dragons are really used, werewolves also really used, and I thought that the image of a Cerberus would be interesting. And later on, I realized that I got a 3-pack, like a 3-for-1, in terms of characters, with Frank. And because I found out that there were 3 main schools of argument that Aristotle used, which was ethos, which is ethical argument.
Thinking like Rottweiler.
Yeah, I always kind of thought Rottweilers. But since Aristotle had 3 main routes of argument in debate, which is ethical, logical, and emotional, logos, pathos, and ethos, I decided that, hey, why don't I just like differentiate the heads and give them their own unique little personality by naming those heads after those schools of argument and having them act accordingly.
Okay, so we've got 3 heads here, basically. Dave and the 2 other heads. Or what?
Dave, ethos, logos, and pathos.
No, I know, but what did they call the dorky head on the Godzilla
Kevin.
movie? Kevin. Yeah, we've got Kevin and the 2 other heads. So
yes, Ghidorah in Godzilla is also a 3-headed character, and also in Godzilla King of the Monsters, they gave him 2 heads that are more or less serious at all times, and then they gave him one that occasionally derped out. And the creators of the film called that the occasional derp head Kevin, which is hilarious because we have a family member by that name, a relative by that name, and
I'm gonna need to pull up a reference picture
for the Rottweiler.
Yeah.
By the way, this is the angry face, isn't it?
Well, okay. Are they all angry?
No, I'd say the 2 angry. 2 more or less angry, and 1 just goofing off. One less angry would be plenty funny, you know. Also, I kind of based him on a Rottweiler.
What kind of dogs were you guys picturing? I'm just curious. I was just pulling up Rottweiler because it's the first thing that popped into my head. But I mean, what did you guys imagine him as?
It was either a Rottweiler or a Mastiff. It might have been a Mastiff. Too late. I'm picturing Rottweiler now, they say.
Sorry. These little round eyes are kind of funny. I kind of like them. They're like...
That's him. That's one head noticing that there's something big approaching.
Hi, guys!
Yep.
Should it be a Rottweiler with trimmed ears or floppy ears? Because they do have them where they're like, they trim the ears and they just stick up, I think.
Right.
Do they trim Rottweiler's ears? Or is that
No, they don't do... they don't crop Rottweiler ears. You're thinking of Doberman.
Well, yeah, but I feel like I've seen Rottweilers with ducked ears as well. Or maybe I'm just imagining that. I don't know.
Oh, let's see. Oh, yep.
I have seen it. I knew it.
Yeah. Maybe one of them could have cropped ears and one... Maybe some of them have the cropped ears and some of them do not. That'd be fun. The Word of Mouth album cover. Alrighty then. It was interesting because it was only quite a bit after I had Frank the Cerberus working for a private military company that I discovered that there is actually a real life private military company that uses a Cerberus as a logo. So yeah, that was interesting.
You're just kind of like, oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, that was convenient.
Maybe they got the idea from you. I doubt it, but you know.
No, not even a chance. So yeah, like Frank turned out to be a very entertaining character to write because you have to write triple the usual viewpoints in a single section. And what
I feel like the floppy ears are just too cute. They're not scary.
Yeah, probably. But what I really have fun with is when all three.
What kind of a jerk and/or brave person would go and like dock at Cerberus's ears as a puppy, though?
Hades.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, but did you know, by the way, that Cerberus it originated as the Greek word Kerberos, which literally means spot? Yeah, so it appears that Hades is terrible at coming up with dog names.
Or maybe he had a Dalmatian.
Maybe Cerberus was originally a Dalmatian and he got all sooty or something. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm just imagining the guy who came up with the Greek myths, and he's just kind of like, and the gates of Hades are guarded by a fierce three-headed dog. What was the dog's name? Spot.
Hang on, you kind of caught me off guard there.
Yeah, it's like, man accidentally hits the one question that the guy isn't ready for, so it's like, the very obvious off-the-cuff answer. But when I'm writing Frank, when he's in a Cerberus form, my favorite part, honestly, is when all three heads are suddenly in unison. Such when they're thinking stuff like, must protect my loved ones, or I am terrified of falling, that kind of thing. One of my personal favorite moments to write for Frank was when they were doing a parachute jump. And he's very nearly switching to Cerberus form, just out of panic. And he has to forcibly avoid that because obviously he would not parachute very well in Cerberus form. Yeah.
Kind of looking more like French bulldogs.
Oh dear. Yeah.
But they're so cute.
This stream is just a journey of discovery, isn't it? We got Crackhead Aller and we got Cute Frank. Okay. But yeah, Cerberus literally just means spotted one, which has to be one of the most ludicrous facts that I've learned in the course of writing this story. I did not know this when I started, and when I found that out, I was just...
Is he supposed to be angry in this?
I think he's supposed to be angry in this.
Okay, he's not angry yet. He's just kind of doy. I don't know.
The
middle head looks okay. The other two are a little out of it.
Well, you could just add some angry eyebrows on the one on the right, and it'll work. But so you have two. Yes, yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's totally up to par with the rest of the artwork.
Angry eyebrows.
Mr. Angry Eyes. But yeah,
totally up to par. Matches. It matches.
Yeah, it's like. But finding out that Cerberus literally meant spot, it brought to mind all kinds of stuff like how Frank would feel about that, because it should be known that I don't imagine Frank as the Cerberus, like the original, just as a member of a species that originated with the actual Cerberus. And so I imagine that knowing that his entire family line is named Spot is kind of the awkward secret of the family, like the thing that he's embarrassed about. Like, hey, wait a minute, doesn't Cerberus speak something? Hey, quiet.
Shut up.
Exactly.
All right, well. But that Rottweiler is so cute. All right.
Even if his right head has a concussion, at least he has two more. Yeah. Frank's right, our left. So. We're going to be adding, I think more details will be added there, so he looks a little less concussed and a little more...
Are we talking about this guy on the left? Because I kind of like him.
Yeah. It's I'll actually see if I can put it up in Discord, but there's a hilarious, like, there's a hilarious meme based on Ghidorah. Yeah, I'll see if I can find that.
I'm realizing that Rottweiler's lips aren't quite that long. That's more of a boxer thing. Boxers are adorable too, though. I'm just saying.
Boxers are fun.
If I ever get a dog, though, I want a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, and they're adorable. I'm gonna pull his ears back so he looks a little bit more angry.
Yeah, if anybody's interested, I posted that in the Discord.
That guy on the right needs to lose some weight. He's got a chunky chin.
That's true. Like, since each head has a different, like, esophagus and stuff, do all of them suffer if one of them overeats?
They're just kind of right heavy and they just, like, tip over.
Yeah, like, we're just like, hey, we need to lose some weight. I'm trying. I haven't eaten a thing in, like, a month. And then they got the other head that is, like, snacking on, like, ice cream sandwiches all day.
This guy is like, it gets even weirder to talk about when you realize each one of these three brains has a left brain and a right brain.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whoa. What did my pen just do? He's got a mustache. What the heck? No, go away.
I kind of figured that each head, look,
now he's gonna be like a super spy. Here you go.
No, that's not a super spy. That's an old style melodrama villain.
Mustache twirly guy.
Yeah,
bowler hat guy.
Yeah, bowler hat guy with the bomb shaped like a bowling ball with a fuse in it for some reason.
I'll turn him into a duck.
Oh, but I don't know how to do that. Okay. The movie references flow freely in this household. You know, this actually works in terms of the different head personalities, because if you notice, the head on the right, our right, is angry. Center head is looking a lot calmer and a lot more logical about this, and we have the final head is looking distracted, like he's pondering moral implications. Like, am I really a good boy, or am I motivated by treats? Something like that. Be right back.
Okay. I need to find a picture of an angry Rottweiler. This guy's just way too cute. He's not helping me at all. Yeah, I need more fang. Pull his lips back.
More fang.
Speaking
of Fang, in the Harry Potter movies, Fang, like Hagrid's dog, was a mastiff, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah. No.
Oh, yep. Just like that. You're really testing my abilities today.
Well, you know, that it's good for all of us, you know?
I mean, yes, it's just I'm doing it in front of a bunch of people, so...
6 people, it could be worse. Besides, I can tell you, these guys read my stuff, so I can tell you that they are quite merciful.
What does an angry dog look like? I know they show their fangs.
What does an angry dog look like? Audrey, I'm never throwing your ball again. What?
Angry Rottweiler. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, there we go. That'll help a lot. All right. Let's see.
I should have pulled that up instead of a Rottweiler. It looks like he's just like...
He was just smiling, and it's like, aw,
adorable.
He's so cute. It's like Good Dog Carl.
That was one of my favorite books growing up. Good Boy Carl. Yeah.
Oh, that's something else that looks weird about this, is he's got this weird split all the way up his face. There we go.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no bloodhounds.
Excuse the sniffles.
Thankfully, you cannot in any way suffer due to sniffles at this distance.
Maybe I shouldn't draw all of his teeth. That looks a little weird.
Yeah, kind of just hint at teeth.
Well, you know. These Dobermans kind of just snarl at the front of their teeth like this.
They're Rottweilers, but yes.
Right, that.
It's because they only have... It's because the lips on a dog, like along the sides, are actually called flews. They don't have any articulation there.
Huh. Interesting. Well, that would be why Audrey's always, like just kind of biting her...
The thinky lip.
She kind of just bites her lip.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, dogs only have articulation along the front of their face, right around the front of the snout, and right along the backs as well, or along the corners of their mouth, so they can...
I'm kind of making this up, guys, so, you know, try not to be too
like I said, these guys
the
are quite merciful.
anatomical.
These guys are quite understanding of mistakes, because, after all, they read my stories and seem to enjoy them. Which is evidence of kind of questionable judgment on your guys' part. I'm sorry to say. No, I'm
He appreciates it.
Yes, I appreciate it so much.
This guy kind of just looks like he's worried about something. Like,
that sounds
looking
about
off
right.
into the distance.
Looking off dramatically, yeah.
Alright, anyways, there's a face. Okay. And then get the little Rottweiler marks there. Little cute little eyebrows. Eyebrow. There you go. Very fancy. Okay. They actually have markings that go all the way down here too. So there's that. I love this guy too much to change him. He's too cute. Anyways, we'll have to change him, but he is adorable.
Well, you can still keep the vibe, because it's I like the Ghidorah reference. Angry, perturbed, and snacks. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's pretty right. Yeah.
Yeah. The nice thing about having 3 heads is that one of them can be slacking off.
It's true. Alright, let's see if I can make this look a little less derpy, but I like him so much. He's really cute. You think about your place in the universe. Looks a lot like a cat now. It's like pointy ears. How can I fix that? Let's see.
Make one floppy?
I've seen cats with floppy ears too.
They're weird.
I think it's just the angle of the muzzle.
Probably, yeah.
Make it more squarish. Maybe it'll look a little more dog-like that way. Still looks like a cat.
Man, how weird would that be? Like, for a Cerberus to have 2 dog heads and 1 cat head? It's like, so, wow, our parents had a little bit of a,
That must have been interesting.
Yeah. Those recessive genes really drilled you, didn't they?
Nope. Maybe this guy on the left will be the only one without docked ears.
That seems like it would work.
Because those pointy ears are making him look way too feline, and also... What? Ah! What? No! Okay. I thought I deleted the whole thing there for a second. That would have been bad. Okay, let's see. I'm going to try and make this guy look a little bit more doggy-ish. Those eyes are no. He just kind of looks incensed. He's say, what? What did you say about my mother?
Yeah, we have we have ferocious, noble, angry, and just kind of annoyed.
Say,
yeah. Which again could work just fine in terms of the characterization.
There. Those ears helped a lot. Now he does not look like a cat.
That's much better, actually.
There. Now he looks like a dog. Yay!
Rhetorical question, though. If you scratch one head behind the ears, do all of them feel it? Or do you just have to, like, rotate between six dog ears that need to be petted or whatever?
Uh-oh. Could you go in there and let me get my power cord? Oh. No, yeah. It's plugged into the wall. Thought I charged this. Guess not. Alright. Somebody needs to think of what a Cerberus skeleton would look like, because they have all kinds of weird shoulder blades all kind of attached to each other.
Well, I don't know if the shoulder blades would be weird, because it's like the neck would be the weird part, in my mind. Although there's... Yeah. I guess I know what you mean.
Sorry, we're plugging my laptop in because it's going to die. Okay, that's better. Okay, so there's our basic sketch. What do you think, guys? Should I keep going with the inking? Yeah, but if they have 3 spines, then they're just kind of like... That would be weird. Are their rib cages, like, attached? Does that mean that they have, like, 3 hearts? It's like an octopus.
It's just 3 dogs stacked on top of each other.
You know, for a guy with 4 hearts, you're not very nice.
Neck on the left looks a little peculiar. I can see that. It looks a little bit rubbery. Maybe add a bit more curve to it.
You want more chub?
No, I mean like right around there, so it like curves around a bit more.
You try to figure out how to attach a head to a shoulder and make it look good.
Well, I would go with duct tape, actually. Attach a head to shoulders. It's like, you know, just take this and, you know, that works, right? I have, like, a couple of different 3D printed skulls around here, so I just, like, set one on her shoulder. Don't ask why.
That a little bit better?
Yeah, I think that helps, actually. Because before it just seemed like a little bit of a simple, like, just a line.
Okay, fancy. There we go.
I'm liking it.
I kind of feel like the other head over there needs different ears, too.
Why do I have 3D printed skulls? Why not? They're dinosaur skulls, for one thing. I only have a couple of human ones, and they're not 3D printed. I mean,
Yeah, whatever. Anyways. Alright, on to the inking. Go.
I'm thinking it looks good.
Okay. this guy's face.
Is there anything that you should know? Let's see.
Besides that he likes to make stuff? No, not really.
Yeah. Kamui cosplay EVA foam sculpt. Yeah, we need to work on that. Let's see. Is there anything that I should know about and you can tell me about so that I can avoid asking you about it? You guys can probably ask about anything. I will make decisions about no ask questions as they come up. Because let's face it, you guys would probably be thrilled to find out that there's something that I'm not actually willing to talk about, because that'll hint at stuff in the future. Dun dun dun. If you mean like just in terms of what kind of sketches are not permitted, well, we're obviously doing emotes here, and obviously everything should be appropriate. But other than that, yeah. I like it. I like that guy.
Me too.
Now I need to decide which head that is, because...
He looks like he's thinking.
Yeah, that's probably Logos, or Ethos, the ethical one.
Probably.
He's the one who's, the one who would be digging deep into the ethics of a situation when it's really like, dude, we just need to bite him, alright? We just need to bite him. But is it really ethically right to bite him? Yeah, sorry if you missed Aller. If you missed the Aller sketch, that one's a doozy.
I can zoom out so they can see it.
Yeah. Besides, we're all gonna see these later.
Okay. I really like that guy's face.
Oh my gosh, it gets worse every time.
This is supposed to be him as hungry, but it could be stoned. It could be lots of things.
Him after being hit in the head just a few too many times. Oh my goodness.
That face. Wow.
Yep.
Oh dear. Okay, so there you go. There's an Aller sketch. This was kind of my warm-up sketch because I hadn't drawn him for a while and he looks kind of dorky, but there you go.
Yeah, he looks much better in the second sketch, I have to admit.
Okay, so here we go back to the Frank de Sobis.
Would it be Frank or Franks? I don't know.
Makes it sound like a hot dog.
Yeah.
Which, he wouldn't be opposed to that, probably.
Knowing him, he'd probably be offended at the hot dog because it's junk food. He's like one of those, health-conscious individuals. Actually, knowing Frank, he would be happy to eat a hot dog, but his wife would get mad at him for eating just junk food that's bad for him, so then he would, abstain. I'm liking the folds of the neck of the turned head. That's nice.
Let's see. Look at those little Doberman markings, or not Doberman, Rottweiler. There we go, Rottweiler marks. I like his little eyebrows.
Yeah, the eyebrow marks on dogs make me laugh.
Okay, there's one. Dogs' ears look really strange when they're docked like that.
Mm-hmm. I honestly don't understand the point. I mean, for fighting dogs, it's like less to grab onto, but in modern times, I don't think that canine owners really need to have that done.
Sometimes people do it just because they think it looks cool, but...
Yeah, I can understand that. Oh, that's one of the first times I actually saw a Rottweiler as a kid. There's that old movie with Tim Allen, The Santa Claus, and there's this one scene where he goes into a house.
Nice teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a Rottweiler
Dogs
there, and
barking,
just, like,
guns going off.
he just kind of like stares at this very large Rottweiler who's just entered the room, and he's just like, "Oh, nice teeth." I would definitely feel bad for any amateur Santa Claus, because, man, there's a lot of obstacles there. If it were me, I'd like violate a no-fly zone and get shot down by the U.S. Air Force or something.
That would be unfortunate.
Yeah, you know, it's
like Nightmare Before Christmas style.
Yeah, exactly. Also, there's like artillery shells going off. Like, I don't know.
Look, zero spotlights.
I don't think this is how this is supposed to go.
They're thanking us for doing such a good job.
Yep. Even Zero's just like, I don't know if that's what's going on here. It does make me laugh, though, that the military took Santa being an imposter like as such a legitimate action that they fired high explosive shells into the air. Like, what? This is an interesting world where Santa, the mythological figure of Santa, is not only known to be so real, but someone replacing him is taken as such a threat that they just like start blasting at him with like 88mm guns.
You guys can't see it, but when I draw stuff like this, I'm like making the face.
Oh, I think every artist does that. I
just kind of find myself making weird faces all the time.
Someday I'm going to have to like switch on the face cam for the stream without you knowing it, so everybody can see you scowling at the camera or whatever, because I'd watch a stream like that. Like, unaware artist does expressions.
Like, literally does expressions?
Yes, literally does expressions.
Alright, almost done with this guy.
This is a big emote. This is a big emote.
There's a lot going on here.
Yeah, there's a... We're still audible, right? Just to make sure.
He says, yep.
Cool.
Wait, what about Hungry what?
Hungry catbird. That's Aller.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you were decorating for Christmas. Sorry about that.
Phoenix is being sarcastic here. He does that a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, hi.
We are never sarcastic around here.
Just saying, guys, these are some of the best freehand dogs I've ever drawn. So,
I'm not sure how many freehand dogs you've attempted to draw, but I understand what you're saying. Oh, yeah. This guy says, this is an entirely straight-laced group of people, no sarcasm allowed, all humor must be documented and signed for in triplicate.
Wow. Okay.
Well, joke's on you, because I have my sarcasm forms already filled out beforehand. I predict where I need to be sarcastic at least a year in advance, and I spend all of New Year's filling out those forms with the Sarcasm Association. So I can apparently be spontaneous with my humor.
Apparently.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that little kid on the Ellen show.
Apparently.
Apparently. I'm on TV, and apparently I just went to the fair.
Don't worry, I've got a license. You bet I've got a sarcasm license. It's right next to my license to kill. No, but you're not supposed to know about that. My dog walking license. My license to sell hair tonic to bald eagles in Omaha, Nebraska. It's a very specific license. It takes a lot of documentation to get that. Can you imagine if Frank had to get a dog license for himself? How annoyed would he be to have to walk in there? I could tell you about my license to kill, but then I'd have to wait a minute. Lots of teeth.
They don't technically do this because I was looking at a picture, but
Yeah.
I don't think their mouths actually move this way.
They also technically don't have 3 kids. So
okay, maybe it's an anatomical anomaly for this particular. It's an anomaly.
Anemone.
It's an anatomical anomaly.
What you said? It's like, Steve, the dog has 3 heads. You're really worried about how its lips curl?
Okay, let's see what it all looks like. Not terrible, actually.
I think the emergent stories deal with that idea of having to get documentations for mythical beings. Hello, yes, I am Griffin. I need a license. Yeah, the rewrites are actually quite good, and I'm actually really happy with how well the rewrites have done. Have been going for them. I have to admit, getting documentation for a griffin, especially one that looked like the one up in the corner there, that would be probably hard. It's like, I need a license for this guy. I don't know. He looks a little bit off to me. Yes, but oh my gosh, you poor soul.
Oh dear. Okay. Anyways, so there's what we've got so far.
He looks like
we can probably draw one more.
He's got the attitude of a cholo dog. Yeah. Okay, so we got room for at least one more here, guys, that we can run with. So, what character do you think we should go for? Definitely getting our money's worth as far as the string goes. I have to admit.
I could get rid of the warm up and do one there too.
That might be a good idea because it's like, actually this guy one Aller on the right looks like he's staring kind of in shock at Aller on the left. Like, what is it?
You know what? This guy's bugging me. We're gonna get rid of him.
It was a warm up, but you know, it's a good warm up.
Ah, his mouth is still there.
That's horrifying.
You'll have to find a jaw. What the? Okay. Okay, we've got 2 spaces left, guys. What should we draw?
Got a bit of a lag there in terms of what's happening, but I don't know. Yeah, layering is a lot of fun.
Just as long as you remember to put the right thing on the right layer, then it's fun.
Yep. I've done all 3 projects that actually involved photo editing or whatever, and I was already cursing layers. Figuring out how to wrangle those, so yeah.
That Aller face just makes me laugh every time.
Oh, yeah. He looks like he's a little bit singed up on top there. Did you notice that? Like, maybe something blew up nearby, and he's just kind of like, I'm alive!
Maybe Panlong got annoyed at him and singed his feathers.
That would work, yeah.
That'll teach you to keep borrowing and keeping my books.
Borrowing books and not bringing them back, that's what would annoy him. Yeah,
borrowing and keeping.
Yep.
I've got a pretty funny sketch of him kind of pulling a book off a shelf with this guilty look on his face because Panlong's in him. He's just, yeah, I did have this, actually.
Dazed Aller, Stunned Aller, Stoned Aller, Hungry Aller, who knows? Yeah, pretty much all of the above is what we're looking at. It's kind of just in context. Maybe he got hit with a rock. Maybe he just hasn't eaten in a while. We don't know.
This is his face after Chala ran him over, you know?
Yeah, multiple times. Yeah. But, yeah, we got 2 more slots for emotes, guys, so what do you think? Might take him a minute to come up with an idea. Wait, what character would you like to draw just out of him? Because I know that we haven't drawn a Cerberus in a while. You've never done a Cerberus in a while. You've never done a Cerberus ever.
That was my first ever Cerberus.
Yeah, and it's still looking good. So, what character would you like to do?
I could try drawing the Kitsune, I guess, or we could draw the dorky phoenix that blows everything up, or we could draw... I've already actually drawn Panlong a couple of times. We did him for an Inktober one time.
Yeah.
He says, now that's a Cerberus. Thank you. I'm glad you like it.
He's looking pretty good. I think we could go for a Kitsune. You know, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll just have to draw it at an angle where the nose doesn't drive me crazy, because foxes and dogs are actually kind of hard to draw because you have to get the angle to look right on their nose, and it's kind of hard.
Okay, well, actually, we're getting some agreement. The Pyromaniac Phoenix here.
Okay, let's see.
So nerd Phoenix, like with, I don't know, some little.
Should he wear little glasses?
Yes, little glasses. He's like a less self-assured Panlong with more fire.
So it's like, I'm just picturing like the really scraggly fox off of Harry Potter right before he blows up, and Harry Potter's like, ugh, I killed it.
Oh.
Sorry, Dumbledore, I just walked in and he was fine. A second ago, I didn't touch him. Yeah. Okay, let's make sure we are on the right layer. Let's see, if we're drawing a phoenix, I'm probably going to put him down in this corner. Ah! The other crazy one was back for a second. Jeez. Okay. Let's see.
I kind of imagine Phoenix being a little bit more like some kind of a mix between a eagle and a bird of paradise. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Am I drawing all of him or just his head?
Just the head, Like, in terms of, like, I've also seen some cool... That's not a phoenix, but it still looks... That's a golden pheasant, but that still is some gorgeous coloring on there.
Looks like a seagull.
Can you imagine a world, a pared down orange peacock? Yeah, I've imagined that in terms of Phoenix as well. When I was originally writing it, yeah, I was imagining sort of a peacock style body and neck, but with a little bit more eagle buffness to it, if that makes sense. Pared down peacock. Does that mean you just like shave it, or? Alright, sorry, it's for cause. But I do like that. The phoenix with the head crest thing. dorky phoenix. I'm pretty sure that that's... Oh my gosh, I love that. Like, if you look closely, the little head feathers are smoking like incense. Yeah.
Yes, I'm brilliant. Thank you.
That works perfectly. He's slightly on fire all the time. Skinnier, less flare, but same sort of head. Yeah, that makes sense.
What was that?
Oh my gosh, it's got opera glasses. That's what those are. Oh my
yes.
gosh. Those are perfect. Because obviously no nose and no ears, so you gotta kind of...
Yeah, first eyes were better.
I question, though, the logic of letting this guy around lots of flammable books. It's kind of like letting a water elemental guard your salt supply or something. You know, it's like, this isn't going to end well. It's going to lean against something and poof, it's gone. I am looking forward to writing this character again in the future. The Phoenix, I mean. Because, yes, he exploded, but since he's a Phoenix, that's hardly a fatal condition. I've actually been hinting at his return for quite a while now. Maybe a bit too subtly, I don't know, but... This is like an Alice in Wonderland character.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, like, no, like with the glasses and everything, that's totally Alice in Wonderland. Lewis Carroll would be proud. It takes more than killing him to kill him. That's exactly right. Yes, I died, but I lived.
I have died before.
And he'll do it again. Yep.
Did you get that reference?
No, I didn't, actually. What's that from?
The one you're always raving against. It's Emperor Palpatine saying, I've died before. And then...
Oh, yeah. Was that Rise of Skywalker?
Yes.
Because the one I'm usually raving against is Batman versus Superman. But...
Oh, well, yeah. That too. That one, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Honestly, Rise of Skywalker... had some good ideas in there, but I felt like the execution was a mess. Do you think he ever tries...
weird that he's motioning with a foot and a hand?
No. No, not really.
He's holding onto the glasses with his foot and motioning with his hands. So what's he... with his wing. So should he just motion with his feet, or like... I don't know. I don't know if that's weird.
An extended wing would still make sense in terms of just like... of motioning, but it does make me wonder, does he ever forget and gesture with both feet?
And then fall over?
It seems like this guy, since he's not the most like complete-minded of individuals, he would just like, you know, accidentally wave the opposite foot as well and just topple himself onto the ground. Equal opportunity limb usage, yes. The idea behind this guy is actually that sure, Phoenix can be reborn every time they die, but it takes them a while to get their memories back together where they should be. And so this guy, when Grail meets him, has died fairly recently and is still working on remembering what previous him was doing.
Okay. This is... yeah, alright. That's interesting. Okay. I kind of like him, though.
I like him, yeah. Like I said, he's got a very Lewis Carroll vibe.
Yes, he does. All right.
The only thing that would make him more Lewis Carroll is if he had a hat, but... Oh, dude. Yep. One thing we forgot, though, in the story, he has a certain metal collar that is responsible for causing his explosion. Should that be on there, or should we leave him unfettered? Probably without the collar, actually, because of... Wait, he's Catholic?
I was thinking more like vampire. Which doesn't really make sense that so many vampire costumes have metal crosses around their necks, because they're supposed to be allergic to those or something.
Yeah, the first explosion gets rid of the collar. That's very true. And it's a good thing, too, because as we see, the collar has something of a negative effect on anything in the vicinity. Kind of makes me wonder, though, how will Grail respond seeing him again after, after he nearly got killed in the kaboom? In fairness, I don't think anybody was expecting the Phoenix to be booby-trapped. The vampires are trying to build up immunity. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I ate 2 pieces of garlic bread last night, and it barely even killed me.
Iocane powder. I've been building up an immunity for them.
Yeah, Princess Bride reference. That's a classic.
What does he say? I've spent the last 5 years building up an immunity to iocane powder.
It just makes me wonder, why? What prompted this?
So that he could do that?
Yeah, it's like, that's a very specific thing to do.
Maybe it's just like a joke on the ship to, like, poison each other? Yeah. I don't know.
Like, ha, Larry's dead now. Take a bunch of small crosses to build up resistance to larger ones. Drink slightly holy water to build up resistance to properly holy water. What's slightly holy water?
Is that like
is that when the priest gets
skim milk?
It's like the skim. It's like divine skim milk. It's not holy water lying about being actual holy water. Maybe the priest gets distracted halfway through, and it's just
only half blessed.
Yeah, like, I bless you. Wait, what was that? And the vampire just like sneaks the water away while he's looking. To what extent can you dilute holy water before it stops counting? I would say that the easiest way to test this would just be to abduct a vampire, and then you just with a spray bottle spritz him with it. Spritz it with it in different dilutions. All right, Charles is going to need to leave to go to a design meeting. But thank you so much for watching, and I'm glad that you have enjoyed the stream. This has been just something rather spontaneous that I asked my sister to do, so definitely thank her, give her a watch on Instagram, that kind of thing. I'll try and post those links. Actually, her Instagram handle is the same as her Twitch one, so, you know.
Is it?
Yeah.
I forget. Oh, yes, it is the same.
Is. So definitely give her a watch. She puts out some great art. She's post stuff about cosplay stuff.
I've also got an Etsy shop in case you guys wanted to buy some prints. FYI, you know, Christmas is coming up.
Really, she makes really good prints. And I'm sure that if you ask very nicely and shovel over large quantities of money, she'd even be able to do a sketch for you, specifically.
I could.
The mental image of spray bottling a vampire like you would do to a cat is funny to me. Same. I mean, vampires are always portrayed... They're either portrayed very seriously or very dramatically. You know, it's either Bela Lugosi or Edward. I hate to say the name of that guy. But I like the image of somebody spritzing water at a vampire like you would a cat to get off the table.
I actually watched a version of Dracula where Christopher, the guy that plays Saruman, was playing Dracula as like a 20-year-old guy, and it was really weird seeing him that young. And
that's kind of like seeing...
Moff Tarkin was playing Van Helsing.
Yeah,
I
remember.
It was interesting. I had never seen that version before.
There's some actors that they just seem like they shouldn't be young, like, ever. It's like, what's his name? The guy who played Alfred in the Nolan movies?
I saw a movie with him being young, and it was
The Italian Job, the original The Italian Job. And seeing him young, it was like...
That was really weird.
It was like seeing a young and flexible Morgan Freeman. It's like, wait a minute, so you didn't just pop out like gray-haired and with that deep voice? You went through an awkward teenage stage? That's, you know, mind-blown, man. I think the feathers on that, the pointy wing needs to be a bit longer, but yeah.
This one?
Yeah, so it's a little bit, it seems a little bit stubby to me, but yeah.
Oh, that's not my eraser. Nope.
Well, technically the stuff below it is no longer visible, so does that count as erased? That's what they do with, like, documents,
it's when you're drawing it with Sharpies. It's like at NASA where they just try to mark out everything.
Yeah.
Well, you know, in the old Hidden Figures movie, they do that, and she just holds it up to the light and looks through it anyway.
Uh-huh. Not sure how accurate. Not sure how.
Told him
accurate,
to get a darker marker.
Yeah, not sure how accurate that film was, but you know, it was decent.
I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah. Equal opportunity to win use. Does that mean he points with his tail? Like, you know, I was like, why are you aiming your butt at me? I'm pointing.
Yeah, spray bottling a vampire like a cat is just funny to me.
I want to suck your hay. What? What are you doing? Stop! Hey!
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, it's just...
Somebody should do that, like, as a YouTube video, and, like, have it be garlic juice or something like that. Like, I'm melting.
Vampire training tips. It's like... So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a little bit of holy water, only about a tablespoon of it, mix it up into a 1 liter bottle, add a little bit of garlic oil, and then just a tiny, tiny bit of silver, only about a teaspoon. Mix that up, and that is the perfect thing to help keep your vampire off the counter.
That's funny.
Imagining a vampire hopping up on a counter for someone.
Yes. Somewhat less threatening.
Yeah. You know, vampires, they started off as extremely fearsome. Like in Japanese mythology, they drank blood by smashing limbs and then just grabbing the smashed parts and then draining the blood from them, and then they became Bela Lugosi, where it was an elegant little bite on the neck, and now they basically hop up on counters and you spray bottle them. It's kind of like wolves, actually.
Going downhill a little.
Wolves started off as fearsome creatures, and then they got domesticated, and now we have the what's a really wimpy dog? I'm blanking here.
Chihuahua?
Yeah, the Chihuahua.
Or the Dachshund.
Now we have the Dachshund.
You know, I think Dachshunds are adorable, though.
Yes, they are adorable, and they are the low riders of the dog world. They're like corgis, except without the muscles, but yeah. Do you think that, like, corgis are seen as superhuman by dachshunds because they're still short, but they've got, like, the width to them?
Mm.
You know. This is probably not what you guys thought you were going to hear when you logged into the stream. Like, are corgis superhuman by dachshund standards?
Probably not.
Yeah. And I wish that I could say that this is, like, unusually random topics for the two of us, but I would be lying.
What was that one you brought up the other day? That you were talking about it when you drove past me as I was coming into the house and said we were talking about this?
I don't know.
It was really funny.
Sorry, I'm funny all the time, so I don't like keep trying to... No, but I don't actually remember. Sorry.
Oh, I remember what it was. It was the physics of the physics of changing somebody into an animal. That's what it was.
Yeah, the physics of poof transformations. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody actually transformed almost instantly, we decided that if it was actually almost instant, then odds are you would catch fire due to the air compression suddenly heating the air around you.
You imagine the fairy godmother's face. Oh!
Boo. And now you're a wolf.
Whoa! That's not what I meant to do.
The mouse, which has just been transformed into a horse, just suddenly bursts into flames and dies.
You imagine Cinderella, she's like, what is going on? I think I'm just going to walk.
Like, don't be
She offers to do her dress too. No, that's okay. I'm good.
The mouse is just... The poor horse is just like getting immolated. Oh my goodness. That's a very interesting take on the story. Yeah. Alternatively, if something was transformed into a smaller form, the air rushing inwards could cause enough of a sonic boom type effect that it could kill you just that way. So it would also it might not kill, but it would certainly deafen. So just kid gets turned into a mouse because of witch curse or whatever, and the witch thereafter is deafened because she was standing too close to what is effectively a explosion. Implosion, rather.
There, very fancy. Okay, there's your crazy phoenix.
Yep. So
crazy he doesn't know whether to use his feet or his arms.
Hey, I can feel that. Yeah. All right, so that's one. We have one last slot. What are you thinking, Camilla?
Allard,
though. Oh my gosh. Bro.
Yeah, wow.
He looks like he needs an intervention. Like, man, the salmon run was not kind to him this year.
That would be funny watching Allard chasing off the bears. Get out of here! This is my
Close it off! The bear just roar.
Wait, please do what? Thanks, Camilla.
Oh, I think that guy logged off, but I think it was in terms of like posting or something.
I don't know.
Does anyone remember what he was thanking? What the please do thing was for? Because I missed that part.
Well, let's see. We haven't drawn the kitsune yet.
There's there's two kitsune in one.
Okay, Frank's wife.
Yeah. Well, they have a daughter too, but yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. The wife.
Yeah.
Let's see. We could also draw. We could draw Panlong. We could draw. Admittedly, I've gotten a couple chapters into his story, but I haven't gotten very far yet. So, I'm not familiar with all of the characters yet. So you guys can choose. I'll let you choose, and I'll just do the best I can with what I know.
All right, I'm gonna ask these guys over here.
Are they watching too?
We'll find out.
It's just the idea of the vampire thing. That's just funny. Where do we come up with all of this stuff?
Do you really want to know? I don't want to know. I do, especially if the vampire's like the very elegant Bela Lugosi kind, the one in the tux, and he hops up on a counter and you're, spritzing him to...
We're almost done, Dad. We've got one more. See?
They're fun. I really like the dogs.
It's my day off from work, so I'm just kind of chilling at home.
Jacob? Yep. You climb up there and try and twist this back on the ceiling, and I'll hold you, or I'll twist it and you can hold me.
So, we have to put a fire extinguisher back up on the ceiling because yesterday,
hey, Rewind, how's it going?
I don't know you, but hello.
So we just need suggestions on one last sketch, and you'll have to excuse me for a second because I need to dangle over a balcony for a minute while I put a smoke detector back up. So yeah, if you don't hear back from me, then I lost my grippers. Anyway, I'll be back.
If you hear a loud ah, then that was him. I'm sure he'll do fine. Dad was trying to bake potatoes last night with olive oil on them, and anytime the stove opened, it was just setting off every alarm in the house because of the smoke. So that was entertaining. Let's see. Nobody's really saying anything, so I'm going to kind of just sort of start doodling here. Okay, let's do Frank's wife, the kitsune, but what should the emotion be? You need to be reacting to Aller's face here.
So what are we... Rewind is suggesting Panlong. We could either do Panlong or Tomomi the Kitsune. What do you think? Okay, yeah, that's an understandable kind of. Let's see. There's this one thing that would look good for Panama. Let's see. Well, Panlong looking at.
Yeah.
Would that work?
Sure.
Or maybe just let's do the kids doing that, a similar kind of a thing. Would that work?
Or something.
Looks like we got some new watchers. So hey, how's it going, everybody? We're just trying to decide what we're gonna do to fill up that last sketch slot.
The one that had the really dorky looking owl in it.
Yeah, that was previously where the warm up was at.
Let's see. I think part of my issue here is this is such a small space, and Panlong is a very large character.
That is kind of the issue, isn't it?
Wow, no.
So his body's like trailing off into the distance.
Oh, I was kind of picturing those being his
Whiskers.
whiskers.
Oh, I got it. I'm pretty sure that this is based on the concerned meme. Excuse me. Now.
Wow. Are you alive? Did you die?
Only a little. I died a little.
I forget how I drew him the last time. I know he had a mustache. Did he have a beard too? I'm trying to remember.
I think.
I'm gonna have to look at my... sketch. I did him for Inktober one year. Excuse the sniffles. Let's see, going back in my Instagram history, scrolling. Look for last year's. There he is. Okay. Oh, right. He had like a little mustache and a little beard, and I think it looks cute. All right.
It's
so,
noble.
oh, right. It's distinguished. It looks funny now. It'll make some more sense in a minute.
The sketch layer always looks a little bit goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Owler versus brick wall. Yeah.
Let's see. He's got such a long neck. Where does his shoulders come from? I always have trouble with that.
He's a noodle.
Yeah, but they do have legs.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like this. There's his arm. That's his arm. Well, okay. Well, this would need to be over here then. I need to go there. Can't tell, I'm kind of making this up as I go, guys. Alright, let's see.
Seems like they don't really have shoulders, per se. It's just like
Just kind of arms that sort of stick out the sides.
you know, like kind of like.
Aw, I love Haku.
He loves himself. No, not really. No.
If Sean Spencer was a Chinese dragon, that's what he would say.
Oh, from Psych. Okay.
Yes. So many
If
pop-ups.
Sean Spencer was a Chinese dragon, that's a weird sentence. What the heck? Let's just be glad he's not, because they're supposed to be all like wise and stuff. And Sean Spencer, he's observant but not wise.
I just realized I gave him 2 sets of eyebrows on that eye. Let's go back.
Giant milk mustache. Looking really nice, Rewind says. Well, thank you very much for the feedback. Always needing some of that. We got 6 people on the stream right now, which is pretty cool, honestly.
I don't think I've ever had anybody on any of my streams.
Well, you know, we'll just have to do them more often. Get the word out and stuff. Draw more drunk Aller, I don't know. Just like, you're going to have some kind of a, you know, what made you most interested about the stream questionnaire. Everybody answers the derpiest looking griffin I have ever seen. Derp Aller aside, I'd say that everybody's looking pretty good.
The picture is so much more orange on your computer.
Say what?
I was just noticing my drawing looks much more orange on your computer.
Huh.
It's just an observation.
I do kind of wonder about the biology of a reptilian dragon with facial hair. Maybe it's not real. Maybe he sticks it on because he thinks it looks noble.
Maybe.
It's like, I haven't noticed that your mustache is made out of pine needles.
I was watching Tangled, the TV show that they've got on Disney Plus the other day. One of the characters was trying to look tough and he had drawn a goatee onto himself and you didn't realize it until one of the other characters came up and rubbed it off.
Oh, dear.
It was pretty funny.
I don't know, if I'm going to try and make myself look tough, a goatee is not how I would do it.
Well, he is only like 12, so he's...
Oh, okay.
I actually don't know how old he is for sure, but something around there. Alright, well, that's a decent basic sketch for that. Okay, here we go to inking. Every time I look at that Aller face, that's something else.
No, I'm thinking it's like some kind of humane society ad. Like, every day, dozens of griffins
With the sad music.
you know, with the Barbara, whatever her name is, I will remember you.
I don't even think that's Barbara Streisand. I think that's like Celine Dion or something like that.
Somebody, some famous person. I'm very bad at remembering celebrities. I know like Keanu Reeves and
Harrison Ford.
You know, all the entire cast of Star Wars, and that's about it.
You know Nicolas Cage.
Everybody knows Nicolas Cage.
Differing opinions, you know, but...
Yeah, exactly what they think of him, that's a little bit of an open question, but, you know, it's like... Not the bees. Nicolas Cage was pretty much built for the age of the internet because he's some of his performances are just so unique.
I have to admit, though, I really like him as Spider-Man Noir.
Oh yeah, he did an excellent job voicing that. I think my favorite moment, though, is just when he's like, and this is blue? Nope.
No, purple. This is purple? No.
I don't understand this cute thing, but I will.
Thank you, Dead Rewind. I'm glad you think it looks good.
Thank you very much for just watching the stream, because, like my sister mentioned, she usually doesn't get much traffic on these things. Granted, she usually doesn't do very many streams, but still.
I'm still very much figuring it out, so I usually just forget to do it in the first place.
Yes.
But it hasn't been super encouraging the couple of times I've tried where nobody's even stopped in to look, so, you know.
So, honestly, this has been a positive experience for everybody. She gets to have more people watching her do art stuff, and yeah. I wonder, does he ever have to shave? How does the dragon shave?
Mm.
Also, if you breathe fire, does his stash catch on fire? You know,
do Chinese dragons breathe fire?
It depends. Asian-style dragons, it really depends on. They're usually more like water-based creatures. It seems, because, you know, spirits of rivers, blah blah. But it all depends on the portrayal, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case people who are watching do not know, since there's 5 of you there, and I don't know who you are, these are all characters from a story of mine that I've been working on for a while. And, yeah. This dragon's name is Panlong. He's kind of the only sane adult in the series. Well, maybe not the only one, but certainly one of the
He thinks
few.
he's the only sane.
Yeah, he thinks he's the only sane one. Maybe he's not as sane as he thinks he is, but you know. To each their own, I guess. After all, if he really was as smart as he thinks he is, then how in the world did he end up in the middle of nowhere in the forest guarding a bunch of books? You know,
Sorry, I tend to get quiet when I work.
Yep,
so.
And usually I've been doing my best to fill in the gaps here. And since everybody in the chat seems like they're pretty quiet as well, I guess everybody's just being quiet. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, shh, Camilla, shh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there a baby sleeping when we're trying not to wake up?
I'm just trying to finish the stream before responsibility finds us, actually. The funny thing about Panlock, though, is that as far as dragons go, he's actually really young. He just experienced premature facial hair growth. No, not really. Not really.
Sorry, just a second. I gotta stretch my hand.
No, this made me think of the Lego Batman. Oh, pray hands, pray hands. Yeah.
Namaste. That movie is way too good. It does not deserve like the content of Legos crossed with Batman. Doesn't seem like it deserves to be that good, but it just is.
Lego and Batman is just like something that a little kid comes up, just starts playing. Even if they don't have a legitimate Lego Batman set, they're just like, I'm gonna duct tape. I'm gonna take this magic marker and I'm gonna paint this guy black, and we're gonna call it Batman. And that's the kind of film that I kind of expected out of that when I first saw it. But no, like the Lego Movie, they put way too much effort into it.
Yeah, it didn't deserve to be that good, but it was good.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it did deserve to be that. You know what I mean? It's just like the content doesn't seem like it would be, but just based on the title. But it was quite good. It's actually hilarious. They look weird, but the hands, they're there. The thumbs are on the other side, so they look funny.
Well, there's interestingly enough, in Asian mythology, there's two specific varieties of lung, as Asian dragons were called. And yes, I'm just telling you this off the top of my head. There were the five-toed lungs, and then the three-toed lungs. And five-toed lungs were considered to be the royal ones. Three-toed were considered to be the common kind of dragon. You know, like common dragon.
Like chicken feet kind?
Yeah, like chicken feet kind. But or was it four-toed lung? But anyway, it was four-toed because they had the three in front and one in back. But it just amuses me, the idea that even dragons need some kind of like, this one's royal, that one's not. It's like, it's a dragon. Isn't that good enough? Jeez, were there really so many
embarrassing
dragons?
To be a dragon and not be considered royal or something.
Were there really so many dragons around during this era that you could just be kind of like, yeah, these ones are special, that one is not? It's like, come on, where's the... Seems like just being a dragon is plenty.
Not curved down too far.
This poor page is getting crowded.
Yep. Well, let's see. If we're going for the look of that meme, then we're going to have to change a couple things here.
Memes. That was a Metal Gear reference. Metal Gear is one of those video game series that is both really good and really bad at the same time, if that makes sense. It can go from like really meaningful battle and really like emotional moments to watching enemy soldiers punch a inflatable version of you because they think it's an actual you. Is that confusing? Yes, it is. Thinking of dragons, though, have you ever drawn Toothless?
Nope.
That would be kind of fun, just because Toothless is always an awesome character. I'm thinking about Toothless because I was thinking about dragons, and I thought, they say when he was just a baby, he popped a dragon's head clean off its shoulders. Do I believe it? Yes, I do.
Didn't they refer to a Gronkle in that? Because do Gronkles really have shoulders?
Not really. They're kind of just put together like a couple of tennis balls on a stick.
They're kind of like a flying snowman.
Yeah. It's like if somebody took a snowman but made of lizard and they turned it around backwards, added wings and a large mouth. I think that's what makes Gronkles fun, though. It's just
kind of just a flying spike ball.
Yeah, they're a flying spiky mouth.
I don't know. You can. He kind of looks concerned. Oh, he's missing he's missing his little Chinese tail whiskers thing.
Tail whiskers? But yeah,
his face tails.
That's also a tail on my face. Like, wait, what?
Say, huh?
That's what it's called. It's like,
yeah. I guess the thickness about the same. It's kind of hard to do. It looks dorky yellow.
I do enjoy, however, how those things are basically immune to gravity. They just kind of like trail.
Mm-hmm. They're like ribbon dancers attached to their face. It's like,
yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah. Face ribbon dancers. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know.
At least they float, though, because can you imagine how annoying those would be if they just, like, kind of were on the ground? That means you'd have to be stepping on them all the time and stuff.
That would be annoying.
bad enough having a body that trails behind you like that, but it's like, you know, it's also on your face. I just realized that I don't have anything to eat at work, so I need to go shopping.
Or you could just make yourself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before you go, you know.
Yeah, or that. Sorry if the frame rate's kind of low, but, you know, we're doing the best we can. It's so weird to anyone else that a meme starts off with like as a stick figure and then artists turn into something that looks great and then it turns into a stick figure again. It's like, choose one. Like, what are we going for?
You know those really ugly meme faces that they're just like pencil sketches or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a video rental place in Brazil that literally had those wallpapered all over their walls and their cashier and everything.
Dear.
It was crazy, and I was like, why would you pick all of these disturbing emoji faces to put all over your walls? I don't understand.
They're funny, like, like if it's just one, but it was all over.
It was like everywhere. It was like, why?
If there were a bunch of them, that'd be like horror movie material, honestly.
It was kind of terrifying. I had to go there to get cash sometimes. It was scary. Brazilians were a little overboard with their patterns and colors anyway. You'd go past a house and it would be like pink on one wall and lime green on the other wall. And
the thing about that, that's making my eyes like catch on fire just thinking of that.
I'm drawing all over Frank's head. Don't do that. Well, we've got 2 more people watching, I guess. Is that you and who else is here?
I don't know.
People got bored because I wasn't talking. Sorry.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. Besides, you know, art streams just in general tend to not have that many people.
Well, the artists make the video games that everybody else seems to watch other people doing the video games that the artists created and not getting any credit for it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, in that case, it seems like it's a lot easier to be screaming, like, you know, jump scares or whatever, and then you can...
All right, there you go. There's your 4 character sketches for the day.
All right, well, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for everybody who's still here, which is just us, apparently. But for good measure, I'm just going to say thank you so much to Camilla for doing this for us. They all look great. For Aller, it's a certain value of great because actually he's looking like he needs either coffee or drugs or less of both. But thank you so much, Camilla, and we're just going to end it right here, I think.
Okay. See you guys. Thanks for watching.